There's a few questions to be answered with this BMW 4 Series Coupe. Because it's a newly named replacement for the 3 Series Coupe, is it now more than just a 3 Series with 2 less doors? Does it have a distinct, uniquely 4 Series flavour? And does it suffer the same issues as the current 3 Series? You see, about a decade ago, BMW introduced run-flat tyres into the 3 Series. Essentially meant that driving a 3 Series was like having tyres inflated with concrete. It ruined the ride. So BMW aimed to address this by simply softening up the suspension of the latest 3 Series. But drive on a country road and that doesn't work because there's large undulations and bumps that make the body control turn queasy. BMW does offer a solution, however, and that is adaptive suspension, which is optional on the 3 Series, but standard on both the 428i and the 435i we're driving here. It works brilliantly, even more so on this 4 Series than it does in the 3 Series. So that really does provide an early big tick for the BMW 4 Series. Then when you get to a twisty, smooth road, it really asserts its dominance by being a clear dynamic leader in the class. In fact, I can think of few front-engine cars that are as beautifully balanced, nimble and agile as the 4 Series. It is a cracking driver's car. Inside, the trend continues. There are great bits befitting of a flagship sports coupe, and less impressive parts shared with 3 Series. Aluminium trim with blue inserts and classic orange BMW instrumentation look great, as does the 10.1-inch display's graphics and intuitive interface. The 4 Series specific seatbelt feeders are a nice touch, meaning front occupants don't have to stretch far back to reach their seatbelt. Climate controls that lack a sync button for the driver and passenger temperature zones, a small centre console, and a steering wheel that obscures trip computer information are 3 Series shared downsides. Now, we wouldn't really bother with the 420i or 420d that open the 4 Series range at about $70,000. They're the entry-level cars but don't really offer the performance that the 4 Series chassis deserves. Which to choose though? It's harder than you could first imagine. Now, in this particular 435i model, you get a 3-litre turbocharged 6-cylinder petrol engine that produces 400 Newton meters of torque and 225 kilowatts of power. The 428i gets a 2-litre turbo 4-cylinder engine, which might sound a bit weedy on paper, but it weighs a lot less than the 435i by the tune of about 55 kilos, and that's essentially taking 55 kilos off the front axle. So it's a lot lighter at the front, it's keener to turn in, and because of less weight, the 2-litre turbo still gets up and goes pretty well. So, the BMW 4 Series, is it different enough to a 3 Series? We'd have to say yes. Is it the best BMW currently on sale? That'd have to be a yes again. But is the 435i better than the 428i? 2 out of 3 ain't bad.